Hi, my name is Desiree from Witch Energy. Today we're going to talk about possessed dolls or objects, but namely dolls because that's more known in this world. So yeah, let's go. So first, what do I mean with possession? Well, I mean that there is a soul from a thing or human being or living being that once lived, that now doesn't live, doesn't have a vessel, not a body anymore, and therefore goes into another vessel. Could be another human living body. It could also mean a random vessel like a doll or a stuffed animal or something. What you will notice is that they often choose something that resembles some sort of life, like dolls, stuffed animals, human beings, and not often, weird, random, normal stuff like mugs or, you name it, shoes. So often things that sort of have arms and feet because they sort of want to feel alive or think they are alive. So possessed dolls. Why? When does this happen? Well, also people sell dolls and they claim that they have souls in it, and people buy that to experience a possessed doll or want to play with it or want to pretend like they have a child or are very lonely or just very curious. Alright. Are those dolls real? Who knows? It depends on if the seller was actually able to put a soul into that doll. Okay. But is it possible? Yes, I think so. How? Well, of course, with black magic. So a person takes some sort of soul from somewhere, maybe by killing an animal, maybe by going to a graveyard and taking a spirit somehow with spells or very, very old ancient remedies they learned from, well, generations away. And then they have a soul and then they put it in a object. Sometimes they don't do that and then they just send the soul to someone to disturb them. But another way is in an object. Again, probably some sort of happy object like with arms and feet, and and then they give that object, that stuffed animal or doll, as a present to you, for example on your birthday, so that you feel possessed or feel looked at or just don't feel like yourself anymore, get depressed maybe. That's how you recognize a possessed doll. And then you have that. Other ways that dolls or stuffed animals get possessed is if a person died one day and they felt lost, didn't know where to go, maybe had some sort of curse on them so that they don't know where to go now, don't feel guided, are still confused maybe by how they died, maybe don't know they died, and then they look up some sort of stuffed animal or doll they sort of see themselves in. Some know they are doing that, they know they are going to the vessel of a doll. Some don't really know what they're doing, but okay. And then you have some random possessed stuffed animals and objects, and so if you ask, is every doll or stuffed animal, is there a chance that there's a soul in them? Yes and no. I believe if it's like factory work, so the dolls and stuffed animals are just made on the loop, repeat, then there's not much of a chance that there's a soul in them. And if they are put in a store, there's also not a good chance that some soul is like going into the store and then going into some sort of doll. Why? Because sometimes those dolls are not sold for a long time. So what they do is go into a vessel that's sold as a souvenir. So dolls or stuffed animals as souvenirs, because there's a lot of people all over the world visiting that souvenir market in that vacation country, and they have a bigger chance of going home with someone. Yeah. And maybe some soul is just hanging around 20 dolls of different colors on that souvenir market, and then when someone buys one, they just pop into that stuffed animal, and then they are in that, and then you take that home. So there's that. And then when you go home, you find yourself, again, feeling looked at or not feeling at ease, but also you find yourself maybe talking to that doll like there is a actual living thing in that, which is true in that case. But also you dream that the doll moves, or it actually moves around in the house. You're like, hey, where's the doll now? I don't know. Okay, then beware. It could be because the doll is possessed. Not so nice. That, in short or long, is a possessed doll and how they are being made and how they feel. I hope you don't recognize any of this, but if you do or have questions, please let me know, because I'm always happy to answer. And also don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.